Well, g'day fishers, Brent from Tackle World Port Stephens with another weekly fishing report. Weather this weekend, well, we've got a front coming through Friday after lunch, probably sometime, looking out to the west on the radars, a bit of rain, a bit of weather coming through there. So looks like that westerly change is going to come through. Going to be short-lived. Looks like the weekend, I think your afternoons are going to be your best option for fishing, both offshore and inside the bay. The wind drops off, especially Sunday afternoon looks pretty good. And then next week looks all the same. But you will get a fishing this weekend, that's for sure. What's been happening? Well, the Luderick are definitely on fire inside the bay. Both the Anchorage Breakwall, Nelson Bay Breakwall are on fire for Luderick at the moment. So get down there. Get amongst them. There's standing room only at the moment. Another little spot that fishes pretty well this time of year is the wharf, the Western Wharf at Little Beach there on the incoming tide fishes pretty well for Luderick as well. And so too Shoal Bay Wharf, believe it or not, can get a few good Luderick around there on the incoming tide. So a few spots to consider if you don't like the crowds down at the Breakwall, that's for sure, but plenty happening on the Luderick scene. Some bream mixed in there now as well, both Brockwalls being the Anchorage and Nelson Bay have got a few nice bream on them as well, which you'd expect this time of year. They're definitely in numbers now. A few around Wanda Headland as well. Heard a few bream being caught up around Wanda Headland for the land-based guys as well. Now, if you're keen to get out in the boat, there's plenty of bream up around the rock walls and the islands at the back of Soldiers Point, and those oyster racks there as well. Fish those incoming tides. If you're going to fish baits, like I said, unweighted baits will definitely be the go there. A couple of mulloway caught during the week as well. A couple of recaptures of fish being tagged. I saw one from Wayne Coles there. He tagged a couple of years ago and got recaptured back in the bay. So just goes to show some fish move around, some just stay in their home waters. So there you go, very interesting data from fisheries there at the moment. Plenty of bonito and good tailor still in the bay at the moment as well. Just look for those birds and those bait schools moving around and you'll find those tailor and those bonito. But like I said before, you've got to fish those smaller metals. Those 5 to 11 grammers are the key to success there, that's for sure. Speaking of tailor, young KO and Oscar have been down to Shoal Bay each afternoon, getting amongst the tailor down there. So some really nice tailor up to 800, 900 grams. So really good fun. They've been throwing medals at them and doing really well. So good fun there down at Shoalie. Just on dusk, good tide for that too, incoming tide. So definitely worth a shot for those guys this weekend if you're keen to get in the bay. Beaches and rocks, well, actually the water's cleared up significantly well and the beaches are actually fishing pretty well at the moment. A little bit of swell during the week, but it's backed off now. There's plenty of bream on the beaches. The south end of Boxy fishing well for bream there at first light. So to the northern side of Fingal Beach. So if you just go over across the dunes there as you're looking back towards Big Island, that area there is fishing really well for bream. Big, really good spot in the westerly as well. So to Kingsley. Kingsley fish well for bream during the week. I know a few guys caught some bream off Kingsley Beach. Those little secluded beaches fishing well. Samurai fish well during the week. Some bream there, but also a couple of really nice mulloway caught off the beach down there too. And I believe a really nice fish, about 40 pounds on a soft plastic. So Samurai worth a shot as well, and you'll get out of that protection of the westerly there. As far as Barubie Beach is concerned, well, I don't know whether it's open, closed, or indifferent. So just got to check with National Parks there and see if it's open one day or closed the next. So just check it out with them at the moment. As far as the rocks concerned, fishing really well. Plenty of Luderick off the rocks, plenty of black drummer, and lots of bream in the washes as well. So if you're keen on doing that, some really good washes. You can get back into Rocky now that the roads are open, so definitely worth a fish down in around Rocky. Walk up towards Little Rocky there, be definitely worth a fish for Luderick and drummer through that neck of the woods. Longtails this week, yes, longtails off Tomaree this week, plenty of them as well. So if you're keen on doing that, I know a few boys have been fishing there, doing pretty well. A couple are getting eaten in half by sharks, but definitely worth a shot on the longtails this week. There's been a few salmon around harassing a few people live baiting as well. So as that water cools, I think it's down to 20 degrees, there will be a few salmon starting to sneak on through around the rocks and beaches at the moment. Now on the offshore scene, some really good snapper caught during the week. I managed a quick little session locally, got some nice fish up to 3 kilos. There was plenty of them there, eating the soft plastics. Pretty shallow as well. I was only fishing a 1/8 jig head on a gulp and fishing about 30 to 40 foot of water. So some good snapper around. Heard some good reports down towards Boulder Bay, Little Rocky, and the shallows through there, especially around Little Rocky. There was some really nice fish caught there during the week as well. and then back up around Fingal Island off the Bommy there. Dan got wasted away on some really good snapper there, managing a couple of 5 kilo fish, but he said there was a couple of unstoppable. So some good snapper moved into the shallows there. I suspect Big Island and the front little island will be worth a shot for a few reds as well. Like I said, those arbos are looking glamour over the next week, so definitely worth an arbo fish. The washer's fishing pretty well. For on saw on my socials, we put a few photos up, some nice bream and some nice drummer. Even managed a drummer on a gulp, so there you go, the new turbo shrimp, threw that in the wash for a snapper, ended up with a drummer. So something a little bit different there. So plenty of really good fish in the washes if you're keen to do that, bream and drummer, and a few ludrick as well. Some big tail around Little Island there. If you want to troll some deeper diving lures, you'll get some good tailor and the old bonito and king there as well. Up towards Broughton, shallows fishing well for snapper. I know a few lads that fished up that way, and also progressively through to Edith and places like that as well. So definitely worth a snapper fish this weekend. We're off the back of the new moon leading to the full, and it's best time to go and catch some snapper, I think. Also, the fat, I believe, is now taken out. So a few boys snuck out during the week, got some good dolphin fish, believe it or not, even though the water's only 21 degrees. Dan again snuck out there, got some nice fish around that 80 centimetre mark, but I believe, I've got a text from Fisheries that the FAD is out now, so for winter maintenance, unfortunately. So what you need to do now is go and work on your own and try and find some dollies. Probably skip baiting or swimming some lures around would be the go at the moment. Anyway, that's it for this week. Like I said, I think the Arbo sessions are definitely going to be the go. So give it a go this weekend. Enjoy your fishing.